Hello and welcome back to Uplift Equine Horse Protection Act Part 3. Now, I want to thank everybody for watching this series so far, and if you haven't gotten to the Part 1 and Part 2, I encourage you to take a look at those. Part 1 is a little more into what a normal horse owner would actually come up against, and that there's going to be some more things later on. But first, I wanted to give a big thank you to my patrons on Patreon, and I appreciate your support on this. And if you want to be a Patreon member, check out my Patreon page and start a good follow, and then you'll see some Patreon exclusive videos that are going to be growing more and more this year. Alright, so let's get to the Horse Protection Act. So, the next section is licensing of DQPs under Section C. Each horse industry organization or association receiving department certification for the training and licensing of DQPs under the Act shall issue each DQP license by such horse industry organization or association a numbered identification card bearing the name and personal signature of the DQP, a picture of the DQP, the name and address, including the street address or post office and zip code of the licensing organization association. So I could see this looking kind of like a driver's license. So if you become a DQP, it's not just kind of like, oh, well, I help out and volunteer a little bit. No, you are a licensed professional for this. Number 2, submit a list to the administrator of names and addresses, including street address or post office box and zip code of all DQPs that have successfully completed the certified DQP program and have been licensed under the Act and regulations by such horse industry organization or association. So this is for the organization or association such as like the USEF or like American Quarter Horse Association or, Tennessee Walker Association. It's for reporting your list of people within your association that you have licensed. So they need to have that. Notify the department of any additions or deletions of names of licensed DQPs from the licensed DQP list submitted to the department, or any change in the address of any licensed DQP, or any warnings and license revocations issued to any DQP licensed by such horse industry organization or association within 10 days of such change. So they need to be immediately updated of any kind of changes. So like the DQP would have to update their association would then have to send the update to the USDF. Alright, 4, not license any person as a DQP if such person has been convicted of any violations of the Act or regulations occurring after July 13th, 1976, or paid any fine or civil penalty in the settlement of any proceeding regarding a violation of the Act regulations occurring after July 13th, 1976, for a period of at least 2 years following the first such violation, for a period of at least 5 years following the second such violation, and any subsequent violation. So you can't be a DQP if you violate the Act that you're enforcing. That makes sense. Number 5, not license any person as a DQP until such person has attended and worked to recognized or affiliated horse show, exhibition, sale, or auction as an apprentice DQP and has demonstrated the ability, qualifications, and knowledge and integrity required to satisfactorily execute the duties and responsibilities of a DQP. So after you go through the education and pass the education, get the license, pass the license, be approved and listed, then you have to go through an apprenticeship program. This sounds more and more like a ton of red tape. So, number 6, not license any DQP or any person as a DQP if such person has disqualified by the Secretary from making detection, diagnosis, or inspection for the purpose of enforcing the Act, or if such person's DQP license is canceled by another horse industry organization or association. So all these associations have to talk to each other. All right, D. Requirements to be met by DQPs and licensing organizations or associations. 1. Any licensed DQP appointed by the management of any horse show, exhibition, horse sale, or auction to inspect horses for the purpose of detecting and determining or diagnosing horses which are sore to otherwise inspect horses for the purpose of enforcing the Act and regulations shall keep and maintain the following information and records concerning any horse which said DQP recommends be disqualified or excused for any reason at such horse show, exhibition, sale, auction from being shown, exhibited, sold, or auctioned in a uniform format required by the horse industry organization or association that has licensed said DQP. First thing, the name, address, including street address or post office box, zip code of the show and show manager. The name, address, including street address or post office box, zip code of the horse owner. The name, address, including street and post office box and zip code of the horse trainer, and the name of and address, including the street address, post office box, and the zip code of the horse exhibitor. The exhibitor's number and class number, or the sale or auction tag number of said horse. The date and time of inspection, a detailed description of all DQPs, findings, and nature of the alleged violation, or other reasons disqualifying or excusing the horse, including said DQP statement regarding the evidence or facts upon the decision to disqualify or excuse said horse was based. The name, age, sex, color, and markings of the horse, and the name or names of the show manager or other management representatives noted by the DQP that such horse should be excused or disqualified, and whether or not such manager or management representative excused or disqualified such horse. Copies of all above records shall be submitted by the involved DQP to the horse industry organization or association that has licensed said DQP within 72 hours after the horse show, exhibition, sale, or auction is over. 2. The DQP shall inform custodian of each horse allegedly found in violation of the Act or its regulations, or disqualified or excused for any other reason, of such action and specific reasons for such action. 3. Each horse industry organization or association having the department certified DQP program shall submit a report to the department containing the following information from records required in paragraph D1. We just went over that. Of this section and other available sources to the department on a monthly basis. That's nuts. The identity of all horse shows, horse exhibitions, horse sales, or other auctions that have retained the services of DQPs licensed by said organization or association during the month covered by the report. Information concerning the identity of such horse shows, horse exhibitions, sales, or auctions shall include the name and location of the show, exhibition, sale, or auction, the name and address of the manager, the date or dates of the show, exhibition, sale, or auction, the identity of all horses at each show, exhibition, sale, auction that licensed DQP recommended to be disqualified or excused for any reason. The information concerning the identity of such horses shall include a registered name of each horse, the name and address of the owner, trainer, exhibitor, or other person having custody of or responsibility for the care of each such horse disqualified or excused. Each horse industry, organization, or association having the department certified DQP program shall provide by certified mail, if personal service is not available or not possible, to the trainer and owner of each horse allegedly found in violation of the Act or its regulations, or otherwise disqualified or excused for any reason, the following information. This is just like a chain of following information. The name, date, show, exhibition, sale, or auction, the name of the horse for and reason why the horse was excused, disqualified, alleged to be in violation of the act or its regulations. So basically, you have to have everything documented. The DQP has to have everything overly documented of each horse that they have disqualified for any reason or excused. Reason being, because if you excuse or disqualify a horse, there is likely going to be legal action taken against you if you do not have enough actual evidence to support your claim of disqualification. So, this is why. It's all legalese. It's all a chain of, it needs to be recorded like this, needs to be recorded like that, needs to be recorded like that, and all of the information is really the same. It's just reports to several different people. But it all rounds up into the USDA. Confusing, but somewhat simple-ish, kind of. Number 6, each horse industry, organization, or association having a department-certified DQP program shall develop and provide a continuing education program for licensed DQPs, which provides not less than 4 hours of instruction per year to each licensed DQP. I think we already covered this in the last video, so they're just repeating themselves. 7, each horse industry, organization, or association having a department-certified DQP program shall promulgate standards of conduct for its DQPs and shall provide administrative procedures within the organization or association for initiating, maintaining, and enforcing such standards. The procedure shall include the causes for and methods to be utilized for canceling the license of any DQP who fails to properly and adequately carry out his duties. Minimum standards of conduct for DQP shall include the following. This should be interesting. A DQP shall not exhibit any horse at any horse show or horse exhibition, sale, or auction, or purchase any horse sold at a sale or auction at which he or she has been appointed to inspect horses. It's like insider trading. It should be a given, but you never know. And there's probably some like under the table paid things for people sometimes. I have no doubt that this exists. A DQP shall not inspect any horse at any horse show, exhibition, sale, or auction in which a horse or horses owned by a member of the DQP's immediate family or the DQP's employer are competing or are being offered for sale. So any familial or business contacts should be doing this. So basically, if you're a well-known person in the industry and then you become a DQP, none of your friends or family can participate in that show that you are being at. So trainers, if you think that this is like a good side hustle to have to be a DQP, probably not the greatest idea, because you're going to kind of mess up a lot of people's plans for horse showing. Like all of your clients. Just saying. Alright, a DQP shall follow the uniform inspection procedures of his certified organization or association when inspecting horses. And the DQP shall immediately inform management of each case regarding any horse which, in his opinion, is in violation of the Act or regulations. Alright, next section, E. Prohibition of appointment of certain persons to perform duties under the Act. The management of any horse show, exhibition, sale, auction shall not appoint any persons to detect, diagnose horses which are sore, or to otherwise inspect horses for the purpose of enforcing the Act if that person, 1. does not hold a valid current DQP license issued by the horse industry organization or association having a DQP program certified by the department. 2. Has had his DQP license canceled by the licensing organization or association. 3. Is disqualified by the secretary from performing diagnosis, detection, and inspection under the Act after notice and opportunity for hearing, when the secretary finds that such person is unfit to perform such diagnosis, detection, or inspection because he has failed to perform his duties in accordance with the Act or regulations, or because he has been convicted of any violation of any provision of the Act or regulations occurring after July 13th, 1976, or has paid any fine or civil penalty in settlement of any proceeding regarding violation of the Act or regulations occurring after July 13th, 1976. All right, so the next. The cancellation of the DQP license. Each horse industry organization or association having a DQP program certified by the department shall issue a written warning to any DQP whom it has licensed who violates the rules, regulations, bylaws, or standards of conduct promulgated by such horse industry organization or association pursuant to this section, who fails to follow the procedures set forth in 11.21 of this part, or who otherwise carries out his duties and responsibilities in a less than satisfactory manner, and shall cancel the license of any DQP after a second violation. Upon cancellation of the DQP license, the DQP may, within 30 days thereafter, request a hearing before review committee of not less than 3 persons appointed by the licensing horse industry organization or association. If the review committee sustains the cancellation of the license, the DQP may appeal the decision of such committee to the administrator within 30 days from the date of such decision, and the administrator shall make a final determination in the matter. If the administrator finds, after providing the DQP whose license has been canceled with the notice and opportunity for a hearing, that there is sufficient cause for the committee's determination regarding the license cancellation, he shall issue a decision sustaining such determination if he does not find that there was sufficient cause to cancel the license. The licensing organization or association shall reinstate the license. Number 2, each horse industry organization or association having a department certified DQP program shall cancel the license of any DQP licensed under its program who has been convicted of any violation of the Act or regulations, or of any DQP who has paid a fine or civil penalty in the settlement of any alleged violation of the Act or regulations of such alleged violation occurred after July 13th, 1976. Last one for this video is G, revocation of the DQP program, certification of horse industry organizations or associations. So this is revoking the program of an association. Any horse industry organization or association having a department certified DQP program that has not received departmental approval of the inspection procedures provided for in paragraph B6 of this section, or that otherwise fails to comply with the requirements contained in this part, may have such certification of its DQP program revoked, unless, upon written notification from the department of such failure to comply with the requirements in this section. So if you don't send in your things on time, your program may be revoked. Such organization or association takes immediate action to rectify such failure and takes appropriate steps to prevent a recurrence of such non-compliance within the time period specified in the departmental notification, or otherwise adequately explain such failure to comply to the satisfaction of the department. Any horse industry organization or association whose DQP program certification has been revoked may appeal such revocation to the administrator in writing within 30 days after the date of such revocation, and if requested, shall be afforded an opportunity for a hearing. All DQP licenses issued by a horse industry organization or association whose DQP program certification has been revoked shall expire 30 days after the date of revocation, or 15 days after the date of revocation becomes final after appeal, unless that they are transferred to a horse industry organization or association having a program currently certified by the department. Whew, that was a lot. Now, that was all about DQP program stuff. Again, it's slightly repetitive from the previous section, part 2. But basically, to assist APHIS, from what I understand, you can have a DQP program in an association. The association people who know the horses and that particular industry can get a license with a program within that association, who then can inspect all of these horses in with a very detailed understanding of that particular part of the industry, versus an APHIS person coming out cold to do this inspection. So say smaller shows. So APHIS person comes out for the bigger shows, the DQP comes out for the smaller shows. I think this is a trickle-down kind of pyramid scheme effect. But that is that. I do want to leave you with this. Me doing, doing these videos I'm not trying to make a statement that I agree with any of this. I am trying to get everyone to understand what is currently in there and what the changes mean, like how that plugs into this entire act. But I want to thank everybody for coming. If you want to be a little bit more involved, please visit our Patreon page. But I do appreciate your likes and your comments and your kind words. So I hope you have a wonderful time and I hope you have a wonderful time, and please, again, be kind.